On his part, CORD co-principal Kalonzo Musyoka demanded that the Kenyan Electoral Commission be disbanded immediately to pave way for another body to conduct the 2017 polls. Let's listen in to part of his address.
The past two electoral cycles have fallen short of democratic standards, thereby subverting the free will of the Kenyan people. This has either resulted in loss of life, socio-political conflict, and or economic regression. While Kenya had climbed from a 0.9% annual rate of growth in 2002 to 7% in 2007 as a result of the NAC initiatives, the post-election violence dimmed our fortunes to less than 1% economic annual rate growth. It is quite clear that democratic, free and fair elections is good for all Kenyans, and Jubilee should not sabotage the electoral reforms. We need to have free and fair elections. We say they do not need to sabotage, because we have, even yesterday, we went to the IEBC, and there again I want to congratulate the Catholic bishops for coming out so strongly and living up to the biblical expectation the church is the salt of the earth. And if the salt loses its taste, the rest of it is meaningless. The Catholic bishops are so clear that they cannot understand how IEBC can conduct the next election. And we must therefore move from here, specifically and with confidence, to tell IEBC to pack and go home. It is abundantly, let's just say that we cannot have free and fair elections without the reforms that we have actually promised under the Okoa initiative, and Okoa Kenya, as we know, was to be implemented through a referendum as required by the Constitution. And we are all set. And yesterday we wanted actually to ask IEBC, which electoral register were you referring to? It is very clear to us. It is so clear that the threshold of 1 million votes was more than met by the signatures that Okoa Kenya initiative presented. This matter is too key to the future of our nation to be dismissed on partisan political ground. But that is what Jubilee has done. Time is running out on this if we are to avoid the curse of bad elections presided over by incumbents defending their seats. I also want to talk on inclusivity, which will be my last subject this morning to all of us. Inclusivity and national unity. The prevalence of ethnic seclusion in public service affairs constitutes the greatest obstacle to national unity, national cohesion, and indeed sustainable development in Kenya today. The mismanagement of ethnic diversity in governance has adversely affected the quality of public service delivery in our country. This has gotten to levels that have never been matched before in our society. A report by the Public Service Commission of Kenya, published on 4th July 2014, for instance, shows that only 2 communities in the country hold a half of the total public service jobs. And here, we are not talking tribalism. We're talking about inclusivity, which is a constitutional matter. The public service payroll, as at 30th June 2014, shows that out of 236,231 civil servants, the 2 ethnic communities accounted for 115,613, or 46% of the public workforce. Just imagine.